For many women, the promise was that we could have more. Education, careers, financial independence, choice, a family, a life beyond the home. And these were meaningful gains. But somewhere along the way, having it all quietly began to mean doing it all. Full-time work was added to lives in which many women were still carrying much of the responsibility for the home, the relationship, the children, the family calendar, the emotional well-being of others, and increasingly, aging parents. The world changed. But not every responsibility changed with it. And slowly, carrying an extraordinary amount became ordinary. At first, there can be pride in being the one who manages. You remember what everyone needs. You notice what has not been done. You solve the problem before it becomes a problem. At work, you are dependable. At home, you are the organizer. In the family, you are the person people call. And because you are capable, people learn that you can handle more. So more arrives. Not necessarily because anyone consciously decided that everything should become your responsibility, but because competence creates expectation. And expectation, repeated for long enough, becomes normal. Until one day there seems to be nowhere in your life where you are not responsible for something or somebody. The first signal may simply be tiredness, but eventually tiredness can become irritation, then resentment. You may love the people around you and still find yourself thinking, why am I the one who has to remember everything? Why does everyone wait for me to notice? Why can nobody just take care of it without asking me? And then guilt can arrive because you are resentful towards people you genuinely love. So you keep going, still capable, still reliable, still doing what needs to be done. Except now, something inside you is beginning to withdraw. And this is where the cost becomes more than exhaustion. After years of orienting yourself towards what everyone else needs, you may begin asking, what do I want? And discover that you do not know. Your attention has been trained for years to move outward. What does my partner need? What do the children need? What do my parents need? What does my employer need? What still needs doing? Eventually, the question can become deeper. Who am I when I am not being what everyone needs me to be? Because somewhere along the way, the roles can begin to feel like the self, the employee, the mother, the partner, the daughter, the carer, the organizer, fixer, or reliable one. And the greatest cost of being everything to everyone may not be that you run out of energy. It may be that you gradually disappear inside the roles you have become so good at performing. This is why simply telling an exhausted woman to delegate more, rest more, or set better boundaries may not reach the heart of the problem. Because she may not simply be carrying too much. she may have become identified with being the one who carries it. And when responsibility becomes identity, putting something down can feel strangely uncomfortable. Who will I be if I am no longer the one everyone relies on? What happens if somebody is disappointed? What if things are not done the way I would do them? What if I stop being indispensable? Perhaps the invitation is not to abandon the people or responsibilities that matter to you. It is to begin distinguishing between what you genuinely choose to carry, what became yours because nobody else carried it, and what you continue carrying because being needed has become part of who you believe yourself to be. So perhaps the question to sit with this week is, who am I when I am not being what everyone needs me to be? Because being reliable may be one of your great strengths, but it was never meant to become the only way you know yourself. If this reflection brought something into view, begin by noticing which responsibilities genuinely belong to you and which have simply become familiar because you have carried them for so long. More reflective resources and practical tools are available at docjo.online/resources. And subscribe if you would like to continue exploring the patterns, roles, and expectations that quietly shape the lives we create.